Hey guys, what's up? Nick Techno here once again, and today we're going to be unboxing the PlayStation Portal. This is the 30th anniversary edition, so this is extremely exciting for me. I wasn't actually going to get a PlayStation Portal because I was honestly on the side that, I don't feel they're really worth it. I don't feel it's going to be that useful for me, especially that I already have a Steam Deck. And essentially, this is just a streaming device to bring your PlayStation 5 games on the go. But in reality, you pretty much have to be at home on a really, really good internet connection to even take advantage of that. However, there's been some massive updates as of recent that even allow cloud gaming to appear on this device. And what that means is you don't even have to own a PS5. Now, it's only in beta at the moment, but I can only see this getting better with future updates, which is really cool to see. So even though I have a PS5 and that's not going to be a problem for me, it is interesting that now people for $200 can go out and buy a PlayStation Portal and pretty much play every single PS5 game on the market just through Cloud Play. All you have to do is pay for the PlayStation Plus subscription, which you would have to do anyway, even if you have a physical PS5. But yeah, that being said, this is the 30th edition, so essentially they're trying to make it look like the original PlayStation 1 controllers, and it looks absolutely gorgeous just from this picture alone. The box itself is also trying to recreate the original PlayStation 1 box. I'll probably put a picture of it on screen here. Sadly, I don't have it on me of the original PlayStation, but it's crazy how close this is and how beautiful this is. I'm definitely keeping this box, that is for sure. But let's go around the box here. So that's the front. On the top here, we got the seal here, which actually does look to be maybe opened. I swear I did not open this. I just took it out of the box, so maybe that happened in shipping. I really hope this is not a used product, but we will see. Kind of nervous about that, actually, I'm not going to lie, but I just noticed that. But there is another seal on the other side here that is not broken. Yeah, that one is not broken, so I don't know. That might have just been an accident in shipping. I'm not sure, but that is the official PlayStation seal. And then, of course, this is the CFI Y1001 model. I don't believe there's any differences with the PlayStation Portal internals from the original one to the 30th anniversary. I could be wrong with this. My only issue with the PlayStation Portal in terms of its hardware is, one, it does technically not have built-in Bluetooth, so you can't use it with Bluetooth devices, and you can only use it with Sony's proprietary headphones, which is really a big bummer. The other issue is apparently this does not have Wi-Fi 6, which in this day and age is just ridiculous to not have that, especially for a streaming-only device. So, going to be curious to see how latency is going to be on this thing compared to a device with Wi-Fi 6, like streaming from my Steam Deck. So, as on the back here, you can see we have the 30th edition PlayStation 5 with the 30th edition Portal. Put your PS5 in the palm of your hand. Pretty neat. And then on the left side, nothing else, just compatible hardware with the PS5 and the model number. And then on the bottom, nothing really else to see. So with that, let's cut this open and let's slide it out. Sorry, I'm really close to the camera right now. I don't have a whole lot of space for bigger boxes like this, but hopefully I can get this on camera. So we'll flip this open. Oh, that's super cool. The whole inside of this is like textured. It has like the different accessories, the old consoles. That is super neat. All right, so let's slide her on out here. It's a box inside of a box, basically. So we have the 30th anniversary box. I just love all the little details here. I think the unboxing experience is honestly worth the extra price. I think this is like $30 more than the regular Portal. It wasn't too much of a difference, so I knew I had to get it. And it does have a real, wow. It's like a really nice pull tab. So this is just going to slide out, it looks like. Oh, that's so satisfying. Another box inside of a box. Who would have known? Okay, so going around this box now, it looks like it's all the same print. Nothing crazy here. We still have that pull tab on the side there. And this looks like it just lifts up. Okay. Looks like there's a cable inside of here. So let's get this out first. How does this even open? Does it just flap down? Interesting. Okay. So we do have a charging cable. Looks like a USB-C to USB-C. Very nice. Sony branded. Good quality. Just not very long, but it'll get the job done. And then it looks like we have the Portal here itself wrapped up and nice. We got some documentation under there, so Let's put this to the side and see what else is in here real quick. Yep, literally just a small little documentation pamphlet. Nothing too interesting there. So I don't think there was anything else in here. Nope, just added packaging. So put the box aside. It's like the first time I've said let's put the box aside like 4 times in one unboxing video. It's absolutely wild. Oh wow. Let's do it this way. The proper way. Oh my goodness. It's even got the original PlayStation logo. Oh my gosh. This is so cool, guys. So I'm 30 years old. I was born in 94. So I was born the same year the PlayStation 1 launched. And I have a very special place in my heart for PlayStation. I've always been a PS fanboy. But this is just bringing back so many memories. You know, it's weird because obviously it's futuristic. This is nothing like I've seen before, but the controller, the look, the color scheme, I missed, man, I can't tell you how much I miss having colors on the buttons. Buttons feel great, by the way. I mean, it feels like a PS5 controller, just a little heavier. If I was to put it up against a PS5 controller, here's the typical white one that comes with every new PS5. So you can see, obviously, it's quite a bit bigger. But ironically, it's not that much heavier. I mean, this is a typical PS5 controller. It really is not that much heavier. I'm actually impressed by that. That's wild. I thought this would be pretty heavy, like Steam Deck heavy, but no, it's really not that much heavier than a regular controller. It is obviously heavier, but it's close, man. Okay, well, let's get a closer look around the device here. So here's the D-pad. Obviously, we have the colored home button, which is beautiful. I love that. Love they took the design choice to actually add color to that like the original. The analogs are actually a little bit smaller than on the typical DualShock 5, so that's pretty interesting. Must have just been for maybe not to take over too much space on the display, because yeah, if you're aiming fully to the left, you're not taking over the display. Kind of smart, actually. And on the right side here, of course, we got the buttons like I showed before, the mute button, menu button. Up top, we got the R1, R2. Triggers feel just like they do on the DualShock 5. We have volume down, volume up. It looks like an SD card reader slot, but that can't be it. No, it's speaker hole. It's a speaker grill. So we have a speaker on the right, speaker on the left. In the middle, I'm assuming a microphone. Then we have the power button and maybe a brightness switch. I'm not sure what that button does, but we'll figure that out later, I'm assuming. And then, of course, L1, L2. Going to the back of the portal, it does say PlayStation 30th Edition. Now, this one, does it have the... Oh my god, yes, it does. Sorry about my nasty fingers, but if my camera will focus, look at that. Look at the grip. It's got the indentation of that 30th anniversary. Wow. That's such a cool, unique little attention to detail. I love that, man. Sony really does go all out when it comes to their special edition consoles. They've always done that. So yeah, 30th edition, awesome. Got a little bit of grip on the bottom. And then underneath we have the charging port for the USB-C and a headphone jack, a physical 3.5 millimeters. So yeah, it doesn't have Bluetooth technically, but if you want to use wireless headset, or sorry, if you want to use a wired headset, you can do that, which is kind of nice, I suppose. But I don't know, man. Most people in 2024 have wireless earbuds, so kind of a bummer. So let's take this off and boot her up and see how easy this is to get connected to the PlayStation. Oh, that's so satisfying. Okay, let's see if that has any juice in it. I doubt it does, but you never know. Oh, wow. Cool. All right, she's booting right up. Oh, look at that. It's even got the lights on the side. The speakers are on. I can hear it. All right, we're going to choose English. And I'm going to set this up real quick, and we'll come back and we'll do a quick latency test and show you guys some gameplay. All right, so we got her booted up, and we got it connected to my PS5, and I gotta say, like, connection-wise, super easy, no issues, took 30 seconds. I just connected my PlayStation app with downloading a QR code or whatever, and it connected immediately, no problem. So super easy process. I gotta hand it to Sony to making that, like, brainlessly easy and very quick. And not only that, but I think the quality actually looks a lot better on this display than on my Steam Deck whenever I used the third-party app to remote play to it or whatever. It worked great, but yeah, quality-wise, I gotta hand it to the Portal. It just looks very clear, like very 1080p, very vivid colors, and the speakers, I don't know if you can hear them, but they're very, very loud. There we go. I'm really curious to see what this button does. So let's click this and see what happens. Nothing. So I don't know if it's like a connection button to something. I'm not really sure. But for right now, I guess I don't really need it. I don't know what it's for. But let's just jump into Astrobot and see about latency, because obviously if you're going to be playing games with a lot of inputs like Rocket League or maybe a first-person shooter like Call of Duty, you're going to want the best or least amount of latency, I should say, when playing on a device like this. So I'm really curious to see. And just to be frank, I am playing on a PS5 that is 5 feet away from me. This 100% could be different if I'm maybe in the basement of a house or something like that. So keep that in mind. I'm also running off Wi-Fi 6 on my router, and both my PS5 and the Portal are running off the wireless connection. Some people will tell you the PS5 should be on a wired connection, which is probably true. But for me, I'm just testing this straight off both on Wi-Fi. So all right, I'm just going to go to my game that's already completed because I don't really need to play any levels. Man, the haptics in this thing are crazy, just as good as they are on the regular PS5 controller. Astrobot, by the way, is an amazing game to test out, to mess with if you haven't already. And yeah, they did have a new DLC pack that just came out with some new time trials. I know my camera isn't doing this game justice. This is a gorgeous game, and it looks really clear and vivid on this display. So you can get a feel for the latency. It is there. But I will say, like, it's not bad. It might actually look worse on my camera than it does in person. I'm also recording in 30 frames a second with 4K. This is a game that's running at like 60 FPS. It's very fluid. So again, my camera is not doing this game justice whatsoever, but I promise you it looks amazing. It's very smooth. I'm not seeing any artifacting or anything weird happening there. Maybe I can try turning the brightness down real quick. Let's see. That does look a little bit better with the brightness down. So it's not just totally overblowing the camera. But yeah, the game looks great. I mean, there is definitely a latency compared to just playing it natively on your PS5. However, I don't think this is going to be an issue for people who are playing most casual games. Now, again, if you're playing a first-person shooter like Call of Duty, or if you're in competitive matches or playing Mortal Kombat or something, and you need the utmost fastest inputs you can do, yeah, you're probably going to notice that latency, and it's going to cause you to lose those battles in multiplayer situations. However, I think most people who are going to be playing on the Portal, more than likely, you're going to be playing pretty casually. I don't think most people are going to be playing this competitively or using this as a competitive device. So for what it's meant to be doing, I think it's doing a great job of that. But yeah, I just love the fact that I can go lay out on the couch now in my living room and I can play my PS5 without having to move the entire system out there. And my wife doesn't have to worry about it. She can still watch her TV show while I'm playing on my PS5. That's very convenient. I know there's arguments of like, oh, you could use other cloud-based systems. Like, again, my Steam Deck has this exact same functionality for free. I agree with you. But if you don't have a Steam Deck or if you don't have anything like that, I do think $200 is honestly worth it for this experience, for how easy it was to set up, and for these future updates coming to the Portal for free that are allowing cloud-based system playing is honestly really cool. And I'm glad to see that Sony is updating it still and they're making it work a lot better. I have seen videos of people testing this out at coffee shops like Starbucks or at hotels, and it does seem to work quite well as long as you have a constant connection. So that's also a really cool thing that you can do. So you can turn your PS5 on away from home and experience all your games that way. So that is pretty much the PlayStation Portal. I'm not going to do a full review or nothing here. This is just an unboxing and first impressions. But the haptics are great. The connection was super easy. It looks gorgeous. This display is honestly stunning. I wish the camera did it more justice, but it is a very beautiful display. I believe it's OLED 1080p, and it is more than doable, or more than usable, I should say, for the PlayStation 5 system. And then, of course, the latency is probably the only downside that I'm noticing, but it's not enough to where I'm like, oh, this is unplayable or not a fun experience. I still could play this entire game probably just fine, even with the latency. I would get used to it pretty quickly. So, that is it for the PlayStation Portal. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing of first impressions. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure to leave a like, share your support as always. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Hopefully see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.